Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Friends in the Wild podcast. As usual, we're so glad you're here. Blah, 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 blah. Mallie, what's up?
Well, it's actually sweet all the time you've spent on me.
Okay. News broadcaster the day after a Taylor Swift album release.
Hey guys, welcome back to the FIT dub.
We are here for two reasons and two reasons only. The first is to tell you our correct and unbiased and objective thoughts on the Taylor Swift album. And they're really the only ones you need to hear, although I'm sure you've been hearing lots of
You've
little
been
rats in
hearing
your ears.
all these agitating, grating voices. Also, disclaimer, we're going to be talking about the Taylor Swift album for the majority of the beginning of the podcast. We should have gave a disclaimer last week, but we got carried away and I received a hate comment from one of the little rats.
Yes, we will put in the descriptions what exact number that you can fast forward to if you don't care at all about Taylor Swift. And by the way, I would just like to add, not caring about Taylor Swift is totally fine. But if you're always hating on Taylor Swift, you don't not care about her. Okay?
Yeah.
You're just
Perhaps
a hater.
listen to Actually Romantic, and you might
Honestly,
understand what we mean by that.
just get a laugh. If that's you, get a laugh. Okay?
Yeah.
And that's all I have to say about that. Just kidding. We're going to be talking about it for about the next 25 minutes.
Not all
or
I
so.
have to say. I have a lot to say, actually.
Okay, so I don't really know how to organize this conversation, but you can just go ahead and give like your overarching thoughts.
Okay, first of all, Laura Grace and I listened to the album the first time through together via FaceTime.
We did.
So we had this experience together, which I will never take for granted. I'm so grateful we had that time in our lives.
Me too.
I wish we would have somehow recorded our reaction because there were some moments that, your jaw was on the floor.
Yeah.
Perhaps some might say. So fast forward the next night, I attended the listening party that was at the movies with my friend Maggie. Amazing. We'll get into the music video in a little bit, but honestly, it's just like, I was putting together my outfit and I was like, honestly, life is too short for me not to just wear the stinking sparkles.
Seriously.
She would want me to wear them.
And the DIY, the Life of a Showgirl shirt.
Yeah.
You were so cute.
Okay. So when I listened to the album the first time through, I, as a true Swiftie, know you've got to marinate on Taylor Swift's albums. The first listen is usually not like oh my gosh, I'm so obsessed. Like, you got to give it time to kick in. You've got to do your research because this woman is an artist. You've got to look up who Elizabeth Taylor is and look up the fate of Ophelia and how she died and everything like that. So you've got to educate yourself, and you've got to educate yourself on Taylor Swift's life. Yes. And then you got to let it sit and simmer. And then the obsession will kick in. But honestly, my first listen through, I could already tell I was going to eat it up for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
I have so many thoughts already just on what you're saying now.
Okay.
First of all, I think that this album particularly, I did not have to sit with for as long to become obsessed with it. And I think that we love that. That's a pop album. Like, it is a fairly straightforward. There are certainly some references that you have to kind of figure out and piece things together, but it's pretty much a straightforward pop album. And that's what a lot of people are complaining about. It's like they're expecting a Folklore or an Evermore where we have to connect Betty and James and August and all of these things in the album. But this is a pop album. And this is just, we're throwing it back to 1989. We're throwing it back to Speak Now.
Midnight.
Yeah.
Lover. First of all, also, I don't know who got the unction or who got the idea that this was going to be the most poetic, prolific, heartbreaking, depressing album when the advertisement was her dressed as a showgirl, glitz, glam, glitter. We knew this wasn't going to be depressing, so why are people comparing the most depressing albums in the history of the world to the life of a showgirl?
Yeah, people are comparing the lyrics of this album, and we'll get into the cringy lyrics. We have a lot to say, okay? But this is a pop album. This is called The Life of a Showgirl. Okay, Travis said it's 12 bangers. Like, we know what we're expecting here. We can talk about whether or not that's what we think we got. But it's a song, it's a poppy album, it's a song full of upbeat, happy songs. Why are we comparing it to peace? Why are we comparing it to happiness? That's not what this album
Tolerate it?
is.
I'm so sorry. Tolerate it. That's what we're comparing this to.
And what I have been saying as I've been ranting and defending this album with my life to everyone I've been talking to, so many freaking people, people who
No, same.
they probably think I'm a crazy person, but I don't care.
No, today my
This
mom
is
was like, Nellie, it's not personal. You do not know her. I said, no, but
it's
it is.
personal.
It's personal.
This is something, and the reason it's personal, I know that that sounds crazy to some people, but they've probably already fast forwarded, so we're just here with the real ones.
Adios.
Um, the reason that it is personal is because this is something that people know that you and I love deeply. So why do they make fun of it just for the sake of it?
Or just be mean about it.
Yeah.
First of all, like, if you know that I'm obsessed with this woman, like, respect me, respect my feelings. You don't have to like her, but you don't have to bash her.
Yeah.
Okay? Like, I genuinely feel like she is like a personal friend of mine because we've grown up on her
We
every
have.
stage of our life.
And
And we've loved her for so long.
she says herself, all of her lyrics up until Folklore and Evermore have been, as she said, painfully autobiographical. We have known her songs are her diary entries, and that's the reason people love them so much is because I, nobody, and I love Olivia Rodrigo, I love Sabrina Carpenter, I love like Megan Maroney, but none of those girls can at the moment, maybe they'll be able to later, but they can't capture a feeling like Taylor Swift can and has always been able to since she was 17. And that's why this feels so personal to us, is because this is the same girl. Like if you love Taylor Swift, you love this album. That's what I keep saying.
Yeah.
During Folklore and Evermore, everybody became a Taylor Swift fan. And then it carried over to the Eras Tour. During the Eras Tour, everyone was a Taylor Swift fan. And now that she's released this album and seriously gone back to who Taylor Swift is, I think that she's an amazing writer, and I don't tell me that Joe Alwyn wrote Folklore. She's an amazing writer. She wrote the album, okay?
Can I
Go
butt in?
ahead. Go ahead.
There is no other thought or complaint about this album that irks me more than what you just said.
I know.
People who are comparing the life of a showgirl to Lover or Folklore or Evermore or Midnights or the Tortured Poets Department and accrediting Joe Alwyn to the writing, he didn't sit down with the pen and paper. That was our girl Taylor. So and people saying that she had to write an album that Travis could understand, kick rocks.
Well,
Literally,
okay, that one's at least 2%
kick
funny.
rocks, but it's not because he wrote the album. She's just happy. And also, are people forgetting that this woman wrote You Need to Calm Down and Me?
Seriously, this is not
Yeah.
new. These
She's been
cringe
cringy.
lyrics. She's been cringy. She's a millennial. And I thought that what we had agreed on as Swifties is that we love that about her. But
No,
apparently
and
some of you did not get that memo.
that's what it is. It's these Swifties that are stabbing her in the back.
I
Literally
know.
stabbing her in the back.
Hitting on her. Yeah.
Saying bring Joe Alwyn back, the man she wrote Peace about. That she
And
was not happy.
or Maddie Healy even. Like people I understand. I will say when
Gosh, my
people
blood
are
pressure is high.
I know. When people are saying, oh wait, let me finish the thought I was saying a minute ago, which is everybody was a Taylor Swift fan, and now that she's released such a quintessential Taylor Swift album, people are hating her again. And I just want to remind you guys, like, you don't have to be a Taylor Swift fan. You don't have to be a Swiftie, okay? Like, she's released a Taylor Swift centric album. If you don't like it, maybe you don't like Taylor Swift at her core, and that's okay. But you're not a Swiftie.
Yeah, and my thing is no, you can even like make posts saying you don't like it. Do not accredit Joe Alwyn for the last 5 albums
I
that
know.
this woman has written.
It's actually,
That like irks me to my core because that is just going against everything that all the credit we've ever given her for being such a mastermind and such a poetic writer, and then you're going to give the credit to a man. Have
yeah.
we not listened to the song The Man?
I think it's very misogynistic. I really do. And also, I would like to also just additionally point out that it's not only Folklore and Evermore. Listen to Dear Reader on Midnights. Listen to Fortnight on the Tortured Poets Department. Listen to there are a million. What other, like, deep lyrical songs are there on Midnights?
Woulda, coulda, should've,
Would've, could've, should've.
bigger than the whole sky.
I can't even listen to that one.
I mean, that's just like I don't you can even not like her before this album, after this album, you don't have to like this album, but do not give the credit to one of the men that everyone say she's dated so many men, too many men, and then you're gonna give all the credit to the man.
I know. History
It's
repeats
just
itself.
it's that's what's infuriating is giving A the credit to a man who obviously made her life miserable.
Yeah. No,
If
she
you have
was
to write the
miserable.
song "Peace" while being with a man, they were dating when that song came out. Dating.
And peace is
So
terrific. I'm grateful that we have that piece of art in our lives,
same.
but, like, also, it's kind of honestly, this is, like, a getting really in the weeds, but it's kind of a strange dynamic because usually when we or when people can say what they want about Taylor Swift being, like, a classic artist or whatever, but, like, when you're talking that in depth about, like, insanely good, like, works of art, it's usually about artists that have been dead for a while, you know, or are super
Yeah.
old, and we're, like, looking back and we're like, "Whoa, what an amazing song is this?" But with Taylor Swift and the way we view her and the way that most of the world views her, I think unless you're a complete hater, you can acknowledge that, like, some of her songs are actual works of art. And
Yeah.
with her, it's different because she's 34, however old she is, like, or I guess she's, like, I don't know. But, she's still living her life, like, she's still getting married, she's still, like, actively doing things, so it's not like I just lost my train of thought.
It's you were talking about how, like, it's not like she's dead and gone and that we're reminiscing on these pieces of art from ancient songwriters.
Oh,
Like,
I remember.
she's living and already surpassing all these numbers and everything.
Yes, and we can look back at those songs from Folklore and Evermore and Midnights and the Tortured Poets Department especially, and be so glad that, like, we have those pieces of art, but they're from a time that, like, she herself was not happy, you know? Like, that was, like, a miserable time of her life, and if we're gonna be uplifting and kind and whatever, then we have to be happy for her when she is happy in life, even if we don't like the songs as much, like and I know that's, like, very parasocial almost and very online, but that's how I
Yeah.
feel.
That's how I feel too. I don't and also this album is for those who are happy and in love, who are
I
just wanting
agree.
to have fun. I'm sorry, but it
It's
is.
for, like, lover girl era girls, you know?
Yeah, it's for those who are with the person they love the most.
People
And
who
that's just so if I was going through a breakup or something, I probably wouldn't be
you know
jamming
what?
out to
If
some
I
of
was
this.
going through a breakup and this song came out, I would probably hate it, I do have to say.
So I totally get the vibes. But you know what? As a woman who just recently got married, the fact that Taylor Swift is validating my decision to get married, I'm loving it. I'm eating
Honestly
it up.
true. Yeah,
Like, I will be festering with this album for a while. The fact that Taylor Swift just got engaged and is making being married, like, kinda chic for me is really just so exciting.
totally. However
Totally.
and
Sorry to call you out on that. We need to talk about after we get off this Taylor Swift, we need to talk about the conversation we were having earlier
about what?
about your wedding. 'Cause I'm actually a victim of
Okay,
bullying
well,
and harassment
we have
myself.
to keep talking about Taylor Swift. With that being said, and if I get the sense that someone that I'm talking to is, like, just a hater, I will defend every word that Taylor Swift has written. However, I do have lots of critiques. There's lots of
I
things
do
I don't like
too.
about this album, and I'll I'll get into them, don't worry. First of all, do you have any more defenses that we need to just put out there?
No, because we as Swifties can acknowledge rights and wrongs. That's what
Agree.
sets us apart. I don't agree with every lyric on every song.
No,
They are cringy.
I hate them.
They are
Totally.
nasty.
Yeah.
They are nasty. Go ahead. I'll let you talk your piece.
Um, well, first of all, and I was saying this to you, and you had a good rebuttal, but I kind of think, and I've seen this a lot, that it's not totally the life of a showgirl. Like, it's not exactly what I was expecting. It doesn't really feel like behind the scenes moments of the Eras Tour, but I get that it's like the life of a showgirl. Like, these are all moments of her life and parts of her life. So, what do you say to that?
And I defended it because I went to the movies, and before every song, she gave like an explanation of what the song meant to her and how it kind of incorporated into the life of a showgirl. So obviously, The Fate of Ophelia is about Ophelia, who was a showgirl within Shakespeare's writing. Then you move on to Opalite, which is just talking about man made happiness and how you have to really celebrate your own success because you did it yourself, which I thought was really so sweet and beautiful. Elizabeth Taylor, a literal showgirl. Father figure, basically talking about within her business journey, how she's been taken advantage of by people higher up than her,
The music industry.
the music industry, and how she like tries to mentor younger artists like Sabrina Carpenter or perhaps Olivia Rodrigo. Um, Eldest daughter,
See, like, I don't think it's a super cohesive.
but I don't think it has to be. I think it's also just her life.
I agree to an extent, but also,
Wait, pause. Hold on, I'm going to defend a few more songs. Actually romantic, like talking about all the said haters and
yeah,
how it's sweet all the attention they've given her. Wish list, she could have anything in the world because she is a showgirl, but all she wants is Travie to
yeah.
win the big game.
But she does also have everything she wants, so.
And canceled, talking about all of her friends who have also been canceled.
I like how you
And
skipped Wood.
yeah, that has nothing to do with anything.
No, that's like at the end of her nights as a showgirl, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, how she settles in, if you know what we mean.
Yep.
Canceled, all of her other celebrity friends have been canceled.
Yeah, that
Honey,
one.
people always using the honey word and sweetheart word in a derogatory manner, but now she's found someone who speaks it in a kind manner towards her. And then obviously the life of a showgirl, which tells the story of a showgirl with Sabrina. So I think it does, but I think that also like ruined the friendship and what was the other one? Eldest daughter are also just like her life.
Yeah.
She is the showgirl in question.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, and I get it, but like Claudia on the Toast today, I was listening to their takes, and they were saying that um other artists frequently release albums that are just full, like they're just a couple songs, just like thrown together, but Taylor's are usually so cohesive and like really tell like one cohesive story. It's meant to be an album listened to in order. And this one doesn't feel like that. And it's okay because like other artists do it all the time, but we're just like comparing Taylor to Taylor. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but also, just like we said on last week's episode, she could have the most poppiest upbeat album and then write a song bigger than the whole sky and sneak that in
I
there.
know, but I still
Or
feel like
soon you'll get better on Lover.
I know, but I still feel like they're cohesively different. Like it still matches the
Well,
aesthetic kind of.
yeah, but also this one is just so significantly shorter than normal. So maybe we just don't have all the pieces. Maybe a double album's coming that will really tie it all together.
Yeah, I don't think so, but maybe.
Okay. But we will swiftly, pun intended, kind of come to a closure. She's a millennial. She's going to use words like savage, and she's not the baddest. She's a millennial. I don't love it, but that's also Taylor Swift. She writes cringy lines sometimes.
I have to
And
admit,
then she will write, "You hang from my lips like the gardens of Babylon."
no, there.
She can do it all.
I guess. I don't know why she wants to do some of the stuff she does. Like, for example, the song Wood, I love the song. It sounds amazing. But then there's just that one part, there's like 4 lines in there. And it's like, why did you
Also,
write
I
that?
love the concept of it.
You too,
Like,
the
she doesn't feel like she
superstition.
has yeah, she doesn't feel like she has to, like, cross her fingers and hope that this one will
Yeah.
work, like, the superstitions are gone, but then she has to share his manhood with us, and
With
I just,
water?
like I don't care for that personally, I'm not into that kind of stuff, but I wish she would have left it out because I would love that song so much more.
Me too. It's such a good song. Like the da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da, superstitious. It's so good. It's amazing. The melody is like so good, but it's just those four lines. And like Eldest Daughter, the bridge of Eldest Daughter is incredible. But why does she say, I'm not a fairy, this isn't savage?
Because she's Taylor Swift. And
Did you girl boss too close to the sun? Why is that in a Taylor Swift song? I'm sorry. Sometimes I listen and I like get mad at her. Like she's one of my friends. Like a personal vendetta. I'm like, stop it. Get
but
over it.
then maybe she's like doing it on purpose.
But
That
what's the
also, why are we
reason?
mad at her for singing the way we talk? Like social media. I'm not saying me and you talk like that, but like this
Because people
generation, this
don't talk that
time,
way. Like actually.
yeah, they do.
No, nobody says like
But
I'm the eldest daughter. I'm not. But even the
not
phrase
that.
eldest daughter is so internet. It's so internet.
I'm not arguing with you.
And also, just a few more little things. These are only for the real Swifties, because as I said, no one else is listening now. So, like, the haters aren't going to get ammunition from this. Why are there dollar signs in wish list?
Because it's reputation coded.
It's not.
It has like a beat to reputation, I
It's
think.
so not. It's about her being, well, I guess Reputation has like love
Wish
songs
list, usually you buy those things. Like, I totally get it. Why are you hating on dollar signs?
because it's just like silly. She's not a rapper.
Okay, you're turning a little psycho
No,
on
I
me.
think that because I am. Oh, and another thing I was thinking,
Judgmental too, but not that picky.
no, why? Canceled is
Jeez.
like all in caps with an exclamation point. That one makes a little more sense. It's reputation coded, but this album isn't reputation coded.
No, but each song kind of fits into a different album of hers.
Exactly. It's not
Like,
cohesive. Oh, I'm just saying. I'm
I'm
just
about
saying.
to have a brain aneurysm, I
I
think.
love I love this album. I really do.
Do you?
And I feel like maternal toward it. Like I have to protect it against all of the dangers of the world. However, if I were to choose favorites, this wouldn't be it. But again, maybe it'll grow on me. However, I will say I love the song Father Figure and I love the song Opalite and I love the song Fate of Ophelia. And in my list of Taylor Swift songs, they're near the top for sure. But it's just like the album as a whole, you know?
I know.
Okay. Thank you
I'm
for
just out of
noting.
I'm running out of words. Like, I can only defend so much,
I know.
and you've beaten my drum.
You don't have to defend it with me. I love it and I love her and I always will. That's what I was going to say a second ago. You know the line in Father Figure when it says they don't make loyalty like they used to? That's how I feel with all of these people
Yeah.
hating on her.
That's why she sang it, I'm sure.
You loved
She's
her a week ago.
yeah. All right. Are we done? Because
Yeah.
like I feel like exhausted.
I'm sorry.
No, it's just like fighting for her so much
I know.
is
Even in your
wearing me
home.
down. I'm like a soldier returning half their weight.
Well, if it makes you sense, all that's playing in my head is never did me any good. I ain't got a knock on wood.
Do you think we're gonna get copywritten?
Nah.
Forgive me, it sounds cocky. Okay, guys. So, the other topic that we're going to do, so this upcoming weekend is a very quintessential, as LG used earlier, weekend for our town. We will be having the annual Heritage Days,
What?
which is, I'm not kidding, a holiday where we
It,
are from.
it's the best weekend of the year, and I can say that with 100% certainty.
It's also your birthday weekend.
No, it isn't. It's the next weekend.
It's the next week. Your birthday's in the middle of the week next week, but usually it falls literally on that weekend.
That's true.
So it has a little more spunk for you and for me because through you I celebrate.
Of course. It's my birthday too.
Really quickly, last weekend, first of all, my mother and I rose with the birds and we went to the 12-mile yard sale hosted in our community. Then we went to our neighboring town, the poorest town in Tennessee. Some of you may know Sneedville. They were having their fall festival and we didn't even know. Have you ever been to their fall
Ooh.
festival?
I think I have like years ago.
It is so Hallmark cutesy. I'd never been back there before. They have like this whole barn with a stage, and of course, there was a bluegrass band playing.
Yes.
And then they have this other place, and they're like vendors for food are inside buildings and have little windows. It's so cute.
Wait, I remember this now that you're saying that. Yeah, it is the cutest thing in the world.
Sorry, Jean. So we did that, and then on our way back to Rogersville, we hit up a few more yard sales, and it was honestly just such a fun day. I
Yeah.
love a good yard sale. 12-mile yard sale, also a very, like, they have a map and everything. It's a huge deal. So this weekend, it's our town's turn. And to get in the fall spirit, we decided to hone in on the absolute best fall show. It's not even a fall show, it literally goes through every season. But the one that resonates the most, Gilmore Girls. We're going to be talking about unknown facts, surprising facts, and really just trying to get in the fall Hallmark cozy spirit for our town's upcoming event.
Yeah. I think that this episode, minus the Taylor Swift, now that we're all worked up,
Rage bait.
will really do the trick to really just get us into the Heritage Days vibes. Are you super excited for Heritage Days or just
I'm
like
wearing my
normal excited?
sweatshirt for
You
Heritage Days past. Well, I changed my work schedule to allow me to be more fully present for this event. So yeah, I'm like super excited.
Me too. I'm like especially excited for this year.
Like I was looking for an outfit today. I'm being like psycho crazy, but it's
Oh,
a big moment.
Heritage Days is also like the fashion show of the year.
Yeah.
For
You're gonna have to wear your new outfit. And this is my first Heritage Days as a married woman.
that's so
It's
true.
such a big time for me.
All eyes are going to be on you. They'll
I'm gonna
probably
bring the heritage of the community with me.
they'll probably ask you to go up on the stage. Stay.
They might.
Yeah.
You know, since nobody put a wedding announcement in the newspaper, they may just want me to hop up there and show off my ring.
Probably so.
Which, let's just talk about some of the things that are offered at Heritage Days, shall we?
Okay.
Perhaps like the Civil War reenactment that happens at Crockett Springs Park.
One of our favorite parts.
Yes, we will be attending. You have to have your quart of sweet tea in hand as the cannons go off.
Okay, so let me just set the scene for the Civil War reenactment, and then I want to tell one short story from Civil War reenactments past. This is what you're going to do when you get to Heritage Days. You're going to be decked out, okay? You're going to be wearing your finest fall outfit, okay? You're going to start walking in. You're going to see about 5 to 7 people you know. People you went to high school with. Some you'll want to talk to, some you won't, and that's okay. Everybody understands. This is a big event. There's going to be some awkward.
It's a town reunion, truly.
Truly, like everybody our age comes home from college or wherever they are. Like it's a big thing. My brother's coming home from the military to go to Heritage Days.
They actually sent mom on leave. They said it's an
Yeah.
important event.
Yeah. He's on like bereavement or something. He gets to go for a family leave. Anyway, you drive down Food Street. No. Sorry, you walk down Food Street, which is Depot Street, but during Heritage Days it's called Food Street. And you're gonna grab you some crazy fries, which is a potato swirled up into like potato chips, basically. The most delicious thing in the world.
Yep.
Maybe somebody in your party will get a
Chicken on a stick.
chicken on a stick. Maybe later you'll come back for cheesecake on a stick or chocolate covered strawberries. Next, you're going to go get your quart of sweet tea, and you're going to keep that cup because you're going to be refilling it all weekend. $1 refills.
Yeah.
Then you're going to look through all the crafts. It's all handmade things, okay? Maybe you'll buy a few things. Yes, kind of handmade things. It's
We have
supposed to
kind
be.
of lost the art of.
Yeah, we kind of lost the plot on that a little bit, but then you're going to go to the Civil War reenactment with all of these things and all of your friends. And you're going to watch a reenactment of whatever battle was closest to us. And it's just going to be great. Now, I want to I want to tell the story of what happened at Heritage Days Civil War reenactment when we were young. You were there, but I don't think you remember it. I tell the story all the time. Do you remember this at
I
all?
don't think so. Maybe if you jog my memory. Was it the fact that they had sweet tea, Pal's sweet tea cups, and we were like, they didn't have those in the Civil War? We like went berserk because they had
No.
Pal's sweet tea.
No, I don't remember that, but that sounds right. They have, like, real horses, and sometimes they camp out.
Mhm.
Like, they have a tent set up, and they, like, camp out at the Crockett Spring Park for some reason. But, anyway, we were there when we were little, and we were probably 10, maybe, I'm guessing, and we were, like they were trying to, like, get us involved. Like, they were having us come closer, like, into the battle. Do you remember this at
Like,
all?
which side we would have been
Yeah, they had us pick. No.
Oh,
And
okay.
we all know we would be Union soldiers anyway. We're, like,
Duh.
pure of heart women.
Yeah.
Anyway, and so are our ancestors because 'cause we're in East Tennessee, thank goodness. But anyway, uh, we were, like they were having us come close to the reenactment, and they had a scene where this guy got shot, and the bullet, like this was crazy. The bullet went into his stomach, like, they had something where it looked like it was bloody and stuff, and so we're all, like, gathered around there was a few of us, like, us and our friends, with all
Wait,
of
this
these
is, like, slowly coming back to me.
with all of these old men gathered around this guy in, like, this war scene, and one of the soldiers is, like, looking over, he's, like, shaking his head, and then he looks at me and goes, "War is hell." I was like, "I'm so sorry. Thank you for your service." And at that moment, I realized this was real. We were in a real Civil War.
You just got shot with a Nerf gun.
I mean,
The man is
staying
suddenly having flashbacks.
they're staying in character, but they're also breaking the fourth wall because, like, he's talking to me, somehow.
He just was making sure you were clocking what was
No, can you believe that happened? That has I think about that, like, once a week. I felt like I was there, seriously.
Oh, that just I knew that story, but I forgot what he said to you, and that is cracking me up.
I know, and nobody else remembers him saying that, but it is, like,
It
seared
was
into
an
my brain.
out-of-body experience for you. That
Seriously.
meant something to you.
Yeah, I was, like, watching from above.
They're like, "Oh, what war did you serve in?" He's like, "The Battle of Crockett Springs."
2025.
Oh, man, they take it so serious, and
They do.
I genuinely appreciate that. It makes it an experience every year.
Me too.
But we totally skipped over. All of these are Saturday activities. Friday,
You're right.
well, there will be a cruise-in car show, and everyone will gather into town. It's like what is it, like the pre-show?
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, it's like
Like
the
here we go. A word we don't know. It's the show before the show. Everyone just kind of warms up. Food Street is partially open, and all the cars are there. It's really just such a classic vibe.
and there's also
And
a
then
wait, what are you saying?
Saturday morning, Heritage Days will be begun by the Pledge of Allegiance.
Yes,
And
and there's, like, a parade,
yeah,
but also on Friday, there's a children's parade, and all the kids dress up for the theme of the year, which is sometimes, like, 250 years of Hell Springs Inn, and they'll do, like, people who have stayed there. It's so sweet and cute. And, yeah.
well, that's Heritage Days in a nutcase.
And
Shell. I was just thinking about like shells and guns, and it was a little too dramatic because I know someone literally just lost their life 5 minutes ago. Okay.
not that funny, but it's really getting to us right now.
So, guys, Laura Grace and I took the ultimate Gilmore Girls trip right before we started this podcast.
We are, like, seriously bouncing around this
No, we're getting to the meat. No.
42 minutes in.
So, we've been to the places that inspired the show, so we basically were in it. So, we're going to give some just little facts to get everyone back in the Gilmore Girls spirit. Because now, there's a documentary coming out, so everyone needs to amp it back up.
For sure.
Although everywhere is selling Gilmore Girls merch. Everywhere. Lunchbox just came out with a whole new line. Walgreens is selling something. Awala sold something. Altered State had a sweatshirt today. Like,
They must need some money because they're doing a lot of collabs. Like, there was the Vera Bradley thing.
yeah, so many.
Okay.
Okay, I'll go first.
Go ahead.
Lauren Graham, who played Lorelai, and Scott Patterson, who played Luke, quit smoking for their roles. because their
Interesting.
lines were so fast, they had to, like, keep their wind with them, so
Oh,
they quit smoking. I know, isn't that crazy?
that's really interesting.
Also, I hope this isn't one of yours, but they had to, like, go to training to be able to speak that fast.
One of mine that I had screenshotted is that there was like a speech coach on set who would help them talk really quickly. I can't remember the name. It wasn't they didn't call it a dictation coach
Yeah.
who would help them talk so quickly.
Yeah. They do. They're just, like, rattling off stuff the whole
Yeah.
entire show. It's really impressive.
Um, the next one is I thought this was so interesting. So Luke in the pilot episode, the very first episode, his name was Duke, and that's because he was supposed to be a woman. His
Yeah.
name was gonna be Daisy. So they made him Duke as like a nod to Daisy. And then they decided there were too many women in the show. So they switched Luke to a man. Or they switched Daisy to a man and named him Luke. And then Lauren Graham and whoever, what's his name?
Scott Pattinson or Patterson?
He and Lorelai had too much chemistry. So then they were like, wait, we have to make them end up together.
Yeah, because apparently he wasn't supposed to be a show regular. Like, he wasn't supposed to be a season every season. He was just kind of supposed to be
Yeah.
like a cameo.
That's so interesting.
I know. Imagine what the show would have been without him.
Something that this has really made me realize is that I have no idea how shows are made. Like,
Yeah, me either.
I don't know how the writing is done. I don't know how the casting is done. I don't know how the sets work. Like, that is a world that
Good
I know
thing you're going to
nothing
be a
about.
lawyer,
Yeah.
not
And
a
not
casting director.
and not an entertainment lawyer either. Couldn't do it.
I'm gonna butcher her name, but the actress that played Lane Kim, Rory's best friend, was 27 when the show premiered.
Really?
And they were playing high school girls when the show
So
premiered.
interesting.
I know. She looked amazing.
I have a few about Lane as well. So she's based after hang on. I don't have these organized. Sorry. Someone Oh, she's a producer. Helen Pay, Pai. Um, she so Lane is based after Helen Pay or Pie, not sure. And Lane's mom or Helen Pye's mom came in to help Miss Kim like figure out her character because it's literally based off of her. And Hep Alien, the band, is an anagram for Helen Pay or Helen Pie.
Oh.
Isn't that interesting?
Wow.
I
That
know.
is cute.
It feels like they just had fun with like the writing of the show, which is makes sense because it's such a fun show.
Yeah. Going back to Luke, who was supposed to be Duke, who was supposed to be Daisy, and this makes sense now that we know that fact, is Scott Patterson was the only actor to audition for Luke, which could have been just because they transformed his role. So no
Yeah.
one really knew it was an opportunity. Or maybe they did know it was, but either way, he was the only actor.
Nobody else
But
wanted it.
either way, no one could have done it like he did it.
No. No, he is Luke, yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, a little bit more about Lane Kim's character. So Helen Pay's husband is Dave. What's his last name? Krinkowski. It's something
Yeah, it's a weird.
Yeah. So her husband is David in real life, and he like Dave, the character, is based off of him. Also, I feel like this one's pretty well known, but shoot, what's his name? He's now the guy who plays Dave Rinkowski or whatever his name is. I can't remember it at the moment. Um, Adam Brody. He's now
Yeah,
married to Blair
Leighton.
Waldorf.
Yeah,
Lane was supposed to end up with him, but he left the show to be on the OC.
yeah, I did see that. Just like Chad Michael Murray, who played Tristan,
Yeah.
left to be on One Tree Hill. And actually, Chad Michael Murray was supposed to be Logan,
Yes.
which, would have been perfect because I'm Team Tristan because I'm Team Chad Michael Murray.
I'm
But
I guess you're right. I sometimes, it's like Luke, there's like no one could ever play that character, but I could see Chad Michael Murray as Logan.
yeah. Which team are you?
Logan. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I'm Team Tristan, but that was never going to happen.
Yeah,
Although
that's
they
not like
could
a
have
real
been
team.
good. They
Yeah.
could have been good. If he would have came back and worked it out, I think they could have been good, but I don't know, I have a soft spot for Jess.
Yeah, you've always been Team Jess. But I also feel like Tristan and Logan are kind of the same character almost. Like, that's
Yeah,
just a
maybe.
younger Logan
Maybe.
because they're both rich.
That's true. Did you I was gonna say in my next one was over 300 books were referenced in the original 7 seasons. Just going off how they are so witty and constantly spitting off little anecdotes to other movies, books, shows. It's
Yeah,
insane.
it is insane.
And I did read that sometimes they didn't even know what they were referencing.
For sure. No way they would. That's just the writers, like, flexing their knowledge, I feel like.
Yeah. That was the last one I had. I kind of failed in my prep. I'm
That's
sorry.
okay. Um, this one's really interesting. So, I think that I definitely didn't realize how many times the same person played multiple characters on the show. Obviously, Kurt and all of his people that he plays.
His
And Nick.
personalities.
Yeah. So Jess, okay, sorry. Jess's dad's girlfriend, Sasha, who we see in the episode where Jess goes to California, is the same actress who plays April's mother, Anna.
Oh,
Yeah. That's so
how
funny.
did I not know that?
I know. How do you not recognize them? Okay, Drella, the harp player at the Independence Inn during season 1, is also Miss Celine. Do you remember Miss Celine? 'Cause I don't.
I'd have to Google her. Who else is recurring?
That actress, Alex Borstein, was also originally cast as Suki. You can see her in the unaired pilot. Have you ever seen anything about the unaired pilot?
I don't think I've ever seen it. I've seen clips of it, but I don't think I've ever seen. I'm sure it's on YouTube or
Yeah.
something. But yeah, apparently, what's her name? Suki's real name?
I don't know.
You don't know who that is?
Oh,
Oh my,
wait. Melissa?
Melissa McCart.
Melissa McCarthy? Is that right? Why are
Are
we blanking on the
we?
most obvious things?
Because we're idiots. Melissa
Yeah, Melissa
McCarthy.
McCarthy. Yeah.
We're just maybe stroking out. She wasn't the first pick for Suki, which is insane.
Yeah. And this woman, who was the harp player, was is in real life. She's married to Jackson, whose real name is Jackson.
Oh,
Yeah.
how
Okay.
kind of them to let him keep his name.
The doctor who attends to Rory after the car accident is also a waiter at the Independence Inn. Richard's mother, Trix, is also cousin Marilyn. Suki's friend from the CIA who asked her out on a date is also a waiter in the restaurant where Suki, Jackson, Rune? I don't remember that character.
I kind of do.
And Lorelai go on the double date. I
Yeah,
forget
it was
her name.
that. I don't know if you're saying his name right, but that's Jackson's cousin that they tried to set
Oh.
Lorelai up with.
Is it like Rune? Rune?
It might be Rune,
I
but
don't know.
he's like a weirdo for sure.
Yeah. Sorry. Done those. Oh, in the early seasons, Lorelai is holding on to Rory a lot, and that's because she's like giving her hints of when her lines are. Like she's basically helping her out. She's helping her hit her marks.
Wow,
I know.
it's kind of sweet.
Gil in the band is the lead singer of Skid Row, a band in real life.
Yeah, I did see that.
Let's see. That's about Luke. We talked about that.
I will say that the actress who plays Rory, Alex, she doesn't like coffee, so a lot of times her cup would be full of soda.
Yeah, they said it would be full of Coke. Isn't that like
Yeah.
flat Coke?
I was about to say they had to make it so flat because it
Yeah.
would fizzle.
Yeah. Okay. Also, Alexis Bledel. Is that how you say her last name?
Who knows?
Okay. Her first language is Spanish, and then in that one episode, she has to fumble, like accidentally speak Spanish incorrectly. So it's just like kind of funny. She's
Kind
a
of funny.
native Spanish speaker. Oh, this is the most interesting one to me. Scott Patterson, Luke, was a pitcher in the MLB.
Really? For what
This is
team?
the Red Sox. He was a number 12 second round draft pick. He had a short career with the Red Sox.
Wow.
I know.
Okay, Luke.
There's also one that I don't know if it's true because I've heard some people say it isn't. but apparently it was shot at the same studio as Friends at the same time, so they would share clothes. Have you seen the TikToks where, like, you'll see Monica in the same sweater that Rory wears?
No, but I mean, that would make sense.
Yeah, they're like the same time, kind of the same vibe, so I think it does make sense.
Yeah.
But some people say that's not true, but I do think that they would swap clothes. I do think that that's true.
Yeah. That would be so fun. Could you
Mhm.
imagine working on a set of something like
I
that?
know, it would be awesome, and, like, so many actresses, after they do movies, get to keep all their clothes that they wore. Like, Blake Lively has all of Serena van der Woodson's clothes, um, Reese Witherspoon has all of Elle Wood's clothes, which is amazing.
That's crazy.
Sarah Jessica Parker has all of,
Uh, Sex in the City?
literally the most iconic TV character in the world, and we can't think of it.
We know who you're talking about. We need to go. Our brains are not computing.
I have to say who that is.
Carrie Bradshaw.
Carrie Bradshaw. We're so stupid today. Okay.
Do you have any more?
Oh, I think this is interesting. In the French dubbed version of the show, where it's like everything's in French, Michelle is Italian instead of French. And apparently that's like a common thing they do because um the way that they make him like fake act French would be like totally random and weird to French people. So they commonly swap a French person for an Italian person.
That's impressive that he can. Oh, wait. It's just, are
I
they
get
just like dubbed over?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh. Well, duh. They wouldn't reenact the whole show. I'm an idiot. I've got to go before I embarrass myself more.
I know we are being embarrassing. Okay, I think that's all I have.
Sorry, guys, for the whiplash this episode may have given you. It was fun, though. We had a good time.
Yeah.
Don't tell us your opinion about the Taylor Swift album. We already asked the poll. We've seen what we needed to see. So
No,
we'll be
actually,
processing.
I do want to say everyone is absolutely entitled to their opinion and everyone is absolutely entitled to share their opinion. And that is completely fine. We are just also doing that. We're just throwing our hat in the ring. And honestly, we probably shouldn't, but we're trying to speak love and light into the Swiftie community, even if it doesn't seem like it.
Yeah. No, I 1000% agree.
Thank
All right,
you.
guys. Everyone, wish Laura Grace a happy birthday coming up this week. She's going to be
24.
24.
So
So
crazy.
happy. Can't
Yeah.
wait to celebrate
Me too.
this weekend. All right, guys. We'll see you all next week. See ya. Love ya. Bye.